Okay, so here's my drawing. Here's my comic. It's a little abstract. Use that. This is a lot thicker than what I usually use. Here's a common pitfall. When you're just starting to use brushes, it's tempting to use I'll have the most control over one that's really small. But you don't. Actually, the bigger ones give you more slack, I guess. Like they're kinder to you. Because for one, the small ones you'll probably wind up having to go over the line to get it thick enough, and it wiggles more. There's just, I guess, proportionately, I don't know, we can do the math, like from here to here, like the tiniest bit of it, there's more wiggly space, and like this is more magnified, there's not so much wiggly space. Okay. So I'm actually not fond of the really small ones, and I find for myself that if it's a good brush, you can do like that detail work, like the small work, with the tip of a good brush. And I feel like I have more control that way. Okay, so a lot of people will do their pencil right on their bristle, and they'll ink right on that, and then erase the pencil line. So I'm going to go ahead and use this thin brush. Actually, I kind of like it, and you can see it actually gets. Here's another thing that's kind of weird to me. I ink standing up. I do almost all of my work standing up. And so this point that I'm going to make is going to be a little different for me. So here for the panel borders, you want to use you're always going to be pulling the brush towards yourself. So you're going to sometimes be pushing it to the side, and I'll show you that in a moment. Mostly you want to be pulling it towards yourself, and you never want to be pushing it. So you're not just drawing with it. So you're keeping it at an angle. So these lines I draw with my whole arm, and just like in tiny lettering, right? You want to do it in a direction where you're not going over pools of ink. That's one of the things that you will do a lot is smoosh. But that's why you have your white. So the same thing with pulling this way. So I'm using my arm. I can also use the way that my hand works. So with these curves here, I'm going to do them the way my hand curves this way. So like for these feathers. So it curves this way, and curves this way, and curves this way, and then they curve that way, and curve that way, and curve that way. I'm not going to ink it that way. That would drive me crazy. So sometimes the curve does go back. Something like that. Maybe. But I'm not. So did you see how I turned it a little bit to do this a little bit? We'll do a little right. So I am going in a number of different directions, but I guess subtly I'm turning. So the other side of here, this is as consistent a line as I can make. There's still a lot of life to it. That's one of the things that I love about the crocodile pens and the brushes is that it's kind of like riding a horse. You can have more and more control over it, I guess. But it always has its own. It always has its own thing, like this little scoop, like, oh, whoops. And maybe sometimes I'll leave that because it's brushy. And so when I do lettering, it's very brushy. I mean, it's just, like Chinese characters, right? They're supposed to look really brushy.